Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. Today is another monthly Q&A video. The last one I think was in August, so we kind of missed September, but we had some amazing videos on the channel that you guys absolutely love. So I asked for questions on my Instagram and I actually copied some of them onto a document. So we got a list of questions here to answer for you guys, and I usually pick the ones which get asked the most. So let's say like 3 or 4 people pick the same question, I'm going to pick that one over one that only one person asked, because obviously if more people want to know about it, more people are going to gain value from my answer, hopefully. That is the plan anyway. If you want to be in the next Q&A, then my Instagram is on the screen here and it's also in the description down below. I only have one account, WillssFX, so do not follow any fake accounts because you might get scammed and lose all your money. Simple as. I never DM you or follow you first. So we're going to get on with the questions now. So the first question is, what pairs do you trade and which sessions do you trade them? And you know, recently it's kind of just been GU, although I do take a few gold trades. I always have gold on my watch list. I always look at gold setups, but within the past like few months, it's kind of just been GU setups. And you know, that's fine because I make profit on GU as well. But yeah, gold has kind of been a bit slow based on my personal strategy. You know, I've had months where it's kind of just been insane. I've had no GU setups and only gold setups, you know, like 3 or 4 a week. Now it's kind of like 1 to 2 gold setups a month. Obviously there's more, but if I've made profit on GU, then I'm not just going to trade gold just for the sake of, you know, trading gold. I'm going to take setups that, you know, fit the plan, everything like that, because I don't just want to lose money just for the sake of trading, you know, 2 pairs. So answer the question, gold and GU. But the session, GU mainly in London session. I hardly trade gold in London session, and obviously that means New York session is when I trade gold. Kind of just found it is the best for my strategy. GU, you know, 8:30 a.m. is absolutely perfect time, and then gold obviously 2 p.m. Very, very nice to get the setups. Sometimes on gold you can get it before 2 p.m. like, I don't know, 1:20, 1:30 before, you know, like 2 o'clock. But that's just the way I trade, depending on the setups. You know, there could be a setup before New York on gold, but obviously I'm less likely to take it than if it was, you know, at 1:30 to 2 p.m. Next question. Can you rank the prop firms you have used in order of best to worst? And, you know, it's very tricky because let's say I've had an experience with a prop firm, other people might not have had the same sort of experience. But I'd say I can give you the best prop firms I've used. I've got to say FTMO is definitely up there near the top. They've probably been around the longest. You know, if you look at videos from like 2-3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe, I don't know. You know, I first found out about them in 2020, and they've just been around ages. I've never really seen anything bad about them. Obviously, people are going to have issues, one-off issues, and that's bound to happen with any prop firm. But FTMO, when I traded with them, I've pretty much had no issues. The only downside to FTMO is the 10 days minimum for each phase. So 10 days minimum phase 1, 10 days minimum for phase 2. That is just the annoying bit, because the way I trade prop firms, I usually pass within like a day or 2. I don't really want to be waiting, you know, 10, 20, yes, minimum 20 days to even start the funded account. You know, that's why I'd say near the top now is also E8 funding. You know, I've been using E8. I just got a nice payout from them last week. Gonna get another one this week for another, I think it's another like 10, 11 grand this week. We had like 9 grand last week. Nice payouts. Minimum 1 day for each stage. So you can pretty much pass both stages within a day, I'm pretty sure. And then go into the funded account with an 8-day payout, which is just amazing. And the account compounds. I'm not even sponsored by them, but I've just had a very, very good experience. There are some companies which I've actually had some really, really bad slippage with, you know, risking 1%, not even with news. Obviously it's fine if you get slippage of news, that can happen with any broker or prop firm. But I've had some slippage where it's been like 3-4% whilst risking 1%. Just obviously prices moving so quick and the stop loss hasn't activated at the price I wanted it to. But you know, it is what it is. You're gonna have issues with all prop firms, but those are the 2 main ones I've actually found have kind of been the best in my experience. I'm not really gonna say this one's bad, because my experience could be bad. But yeah, is what it is. How can I have more confidence in the trades I take? And this one is a very, very simple answer. A lot of traders say, okay, they have fear of entering, the psychology, they're not getting into the trade because of psychology. And I think that is a complete load of rubbish, because if you have enough data to support your strategy. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, I've showed my backtesting journal, I've showed my Edgewonk, the company I use to actually journal my trades and everything. If you have enough data to support your strategy, there would be no issue with having confidence in entering a trade. If you've actually collected all this data, you have the exact strike rate of your strategy, over, let's say, a year, 2 years of previous price action. So once you enter this new trade, the one you've marked up, what is the percentage that this trade wins? What is the average risk to reward? What's my average stop loss size used in my strategy? You kind of know this strategy has been profitable from the testing I've done from the past 3 years of market conditions. That's going to give you enough confidence to enter a trade. If you have 3 years worth of testing, 2 years worth of testing even a year, that'll give you enough confidence to say, okay, my strategy works, let me enter this trade. Whereas if you don't have enough testing, let's say you don't even have a journal with over 100 trades in it, you're going to be like, okay, I've done a bit of back testing on this, not really sure if it's going to work, let me just not enter this one. Goes to TP, you miss the trade. Then you're like, okay, I'm going to enter the next one. It loses. Then you lose confidence in your strategy. Whereas if you enter every single trade that fits your plan, absolutely perfectly, it works from your testing, and data does not lie. It's as simple as that. If statistically your strategy is profitable, doesn't matter what you think up here. Doesn't matter if you think, oh, it looks a bit bearish, but I'm looking to buy. The markets do not care about your feelings. They do not care about what's going on up here when you're thinking of entering a trade. Just build up the data and then you'll have unlimited confidence in your trading. The next one is rather interesting. Are you going to trade for your whole life, or will you stop trading one day? And I'm definitely going to stop trading one day, because you get to a certain point where you don't actually have to go through the stress of trading. Like a lot of people, they make enough money so they start like a fund, and then other people trade for them, or they have enough investments and other sources of income where they don't actually have to trade. They don't actually have to work. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. Obviously I enjoy trading, I enjoy making the videos. Let's say I had 100 million, 150 million pounds. Would I still be making YouTube videos like this sort of video? Probably not. Would I still be trading a prop firm? Probably not. Like I wouldn't really see the point in doing that. You can pretty much do whatever you want in the world. Let's say even 50 million, you can kind of do anything you want. It's quite hard to spend 50 million. Obviously you could just be reckless and spend it. And I always say to people, once you know how to trade, you then know how to trade forever. Obviously the markets are going to change and everything, but I feel like if I lost everything now, I could just make it all back again because I know how to trade, and you could do a few risky account flips. Not advisable, but I reckon I could do it. But I do not want to be trading, until I'm like 70, 80 years old, because it's just not really something I'm interested. I know a lot of people that absolutely love it and just would want to do it till they die, but it's not really something I want to do until I'm 80, like 70, 80, whatever retirement age is. I don't even have a clue. How do you manage your evaluation stages? Because you said you risk 2.5% per trade. I actually risk like 2 to 3% per trade, but because I scale in on these positions, it's not like one position where I'm risking 3%. It's like I risk 1% and I scale in on this trade. So technically you're risking like 2-3% per trade. It's a lot less because it's hard to explain my strategy, but I know what you're saying. You could lose 4 trades and then the account's blown, but I don't usually lose 4 trades in a row, so I can risk this more percentage on a setup on the challenge phases. I guess people were trying to say that you're risking 2.5%, 4 trades and the account's gone, or even risking 2%, only 5 trades and you've lost the stage 1 of the evaluation or the stage 2. And to be honest, I'm not really too fussed about that, because I know, let's say I fail, I lose, was it £500, £1,000 for the challenge, I can just pass another one. And then let's say I make 5% profit in a month. What's that, like 10 grand? Paid back the £1,000 I spent on the challenge, on the one challenge I failed. Like, the ROI on these prop firms is absolutely crazy. And I think if you aren't making the most of it, then you're missing out on a lot of free money. Even if you just take 1 or 2 trades a month, you just link it to a copier from your personal account to the funded account. It's just free money. Even if you make 1% a month, 1%, you're making $2,000 on a 200k account per month for free. Once you get that refund, it's just free money. So you might as well do it. You might as well just spend, well, obviously it depends how much money you have outside of trading, but spend 900, £1,000 on a 200k account. How do you make an effort to network with other traders? I don't. The thing is, with the trading industry, it is very, very scammy. There's very, very few traders I know which actually trade for a living and actually make money from their trading. So I don't really want to be associated, I guess is a way to put it, with traders that are not legit, that aren't actually actively trading. So that's why I don't really want to network with other traders like that. Obviously, I've done podcasts with people that I know are legit traders. That's why I don't upload podcasts every week like some trading people do, because personally, I don't want to give people a platform, give people my audience if I know that they're not legit. Obviously, it could get more views. It could probably get 50, 100,000 views because they obviously have a big name, but I don't want to promote someone that I know isn't legit. So that's why I'm very, very selective of who I either am friends with in the trading industry or associate myself with. Obviously, you can network with people. And a lot of people message me saying, oh, can you come on my YouTube video? Do you want to go on a podcast and all that stuff? I'm just not really interested, to be honest. I just do YouTube for fun. I don't have to do it. It's not like my income's from YouTube. I could just become an anonymous trader. Obviously not anonymous now, but go offline now, still make the same amount of money, probably even more money because you're more focused on the actual trading aspect of it rather than every day thinking, okay, what's the next YouTube video idea? But yeah, I don't really network with other traders, to be honest, unless we have same interests or they're legit as well. There's not really many traders in the UK that I know of, really. So yeah. Do you ever get stressed with big P&L running? No. And a lot of people, they say they fail challenges, they fail funded accounts because they see the big numbers. And I think, yeah, that's probably the case for a lot of people, but if you're failing because of the big numbers, you clearly weren't ready to trade that size account anyway. So it was kind of inevitable, if you ask me. It's always better to just work your way up. I didn't go from trading a £10 account to a £100,000 account, did I? It's just best to work your way up. That's why compounding is good. That's why compounding, you can actually make a lot of money because your account is gradually going up and up and up. It's not like £10 account, boom, straight up 100 grand account. It's just a lot of people can kind of get caught up with the profit. But myself personally, I just focus on percentage. Another question someone asked was actually linked to this. What's your average monthly percentage gain? And I say between 5 to 10%. So I kind of stop once I've made this sort of goal, 5% of my personal account, 5 to 10%, and I'll stop trading. And then I'll just move on to funded accounts, make 5 to 10%, stop trading. Then I'm done for the month. Even if it's 2 weeks in and I've made that, I'm done. Then I can focus on other businesses and other investments and all my other companies and YouTube and all this sort of stuff. I don't let the numbers affect me. I know it's a lot of money. You're seeing 10, 15, 20,000 pounds running in profit, but you can't let that affect you. Just look at the percentage. Just don't look at your MT4. It's that simple. Just set alerts, go about your day, trade whatever. What I do is I go in the morning, I look at my setups for gold and GU. If there's nothing happening, I'll just set an alert at a potential area where my strategy would be valid. And then if price doesn't hit that alert, I don't even look at the charts because I just don't see the point. The more time you look at the charts, the more mistakes you'll make. It's pretty simple. So, and if you're trading with big numbers, the more losses, obviously drawdown affects you more because you see 5% on a 200k account is 10 grand. 5% on a 10k account is only 1 grand. It's only 500. So, 500 drawdown compared to 10 grand drawdown can definitely affect you a lot more. But because I'm used to it now, I've been trading it for quite a while and, decent size, using 50, 100 lots to trade. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Okay, so the last question. Why did you choose to become a Forex trader out of all other businesses? And very, very simple. I tried dropshipping when I was a bit younger. I tried being a YouTuber. I tried a lot of different things. And Forex was the one that I was like, I can see decent potential with this. Obviously, you get drawn in by the scams, but you kind of got to look past that and realize there are actually people making money in this industry and just try and replicate what they do. If you try and replicate what the scammers are doing, you'll just end up as a scammer. Pretty simple. I just like the idea of a company where you pretty much keep all your profit. You don't really have expenses. You don't really have 5% profit margins like a lot of businesses, 5-10%. 10% in some industries is very, very good profit margin. I don't want to be making $1 million and only profiting 100 grand. It doesn't really interest me. Whereas trading, if you make $1 million, you've made $1 million. Simple as. Obviously, you have tax, you have expenses. but it's not a lot. It's not a lot compared to your income. And to actually be able to trade, all you need is a laptop and a phone, I guess. You can pretty much just trade from a laptop. And yeah, I just think it's an industry where the more work you put in, the more you get out. Whereas let's say you're running a drop shipping store, the more work you put in doesn't necessarily mean the more money you make. Because if your product isn't good enough, if your website isn't good enough, your ads aren't good enough, you're not going to make enough money. Whereas in trading, the more work you put into your strategy, developing, your edge in the markets, the more money you can make. Simple as. So that's kind of why I liked it. It was kind of reward-based business. And yeah, I started making money on demo accounts straight from the start. So I was like, okay, this is nice. If I can just replicate this on live accounts, then I'll be sorted. I'll be set up forever. And I haven't really turned back since. And now we're here. So it's kind of why I kept Forex as my main sort of income. Obviously, there are other businesses now which I do, because why would you have one source of income? That would just be very, very stupid. Obviously not stupid. Let's say your main source of income is making like 50, 100 million a month. Obviously you're pretty sorted. Yeah, I'd say Forex is probably one of the best businesses in the world. I said it. It is the best business in the world. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.